Good day. We're here at XoRadio talking to DB Publications CO Demetreia Buie. Please tell us more. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, how are you? How you doing? I'm excited to be here. My name is Demetreia Buie.
Hi. Could you tell us about your company, please?
DB Publications started in 2015. I started the publishing company because I went through so much with other publishing companies. Didn't get what I was supposed to get. Being overcharged for things that was not promised to me. So I began to start my own publishing company, which started in 2015. And when I started the publishing company, I didn't know where to start or how to start. Only thing I knew was I wanted to start the publishing company. And it has been much success in 2017. Since 2017, I have published over 42 books I have published and helped women write their autobiography. So it just has been a blessing. We do flyers, we do logos, we do greeting cards, we do just about everything now. So it's been really, really a blessing. So
Beautiful. Could you explain to us what's the latest release? An autobiography. The last I was wondering, could you tell us more about it?
yeah, sure. I wrote my life story in 2009, and I published it in 2014. It took me 5 years to publish the book because so much I had went through in my past. I was ashamed about it. I felt guilty about a lot of things, and I was embarrassed. But I finally got the courage, and God gave me the courage, the strength to publish it in 2014. So now I am rewriting the book, which it will be out. The new version of the Untold Story will be out June the 8th. I have a page, book release autobiography on Facebook. The book is about how so much trauma that I went through in my past, being divorced, mentally abused, growing up in a dysfunctional home, being suicidal when I was younger, and just so many things that I went through, but how I did not give up and how God held my hands in the midst of it all. And so I just share my journey to encourage other women so they won't go through the same things I went through, even in marriages and different things like that. So I choose to refuse to lose. So that's the
Beautiful. So what I'd like us to discuss is the topic. But before we get into the topic of today, because I think that what your biography would give a lot of understanding to,
Yes.
I would like them to find out how could they contact you if they were interested.
Yes, basically with my website, you can contact me at www.demetreiabuie.com. I am on Facebook at Demetreia Dorsey and at Instagram at Demetreia Buie 30.
Okay, and if you didn't hear that, you can also find it on the page. You can find out more information and see all her links. Visit her website, www.demetreiabuie, that's DEMETREIABUIE.com. Now, the topic of today, could you tell us the topic, please?
The topic is letting it all go. So basically letting go of the past.
Absolutely.
Letting the pain of the past go. Letting it all go.
Could you discuss more about the discussion so we can get an idea of, the type of pain and different ways of letting it go?
Sure. So basically, I teach a lot about letting it go. I have a workbook, I'm creating a course, and I also do this therapy that's very, that has worked a lot in my life. So basically so much has happened in my life, and I know so many people out there, they have so much happen in their life to them, of either being molested, being hurt by a family member, losing a loved one, divorce, going through marriage problems, feel like that you would never find anyone to love or anything like that. And so basically, after all those things that happen in someone's past, or even with them being younger, and or even the parents to let things happen to them, and, you know, things happen to them, so harsh that a lot of people do not know how to let go of the past. They don't know how to let that pain go. So basically, I have techniques that I do that have helped me let go of the past. And basically, the first one was basically surrendering to God. So that was my first thing. And it wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight or anything like that. But you have to let the past go in order to live in your future, or to live a true identity of yourself. Because when you live in a false identity, it's kind of hard to live in your truth. It's kind of hard to really be free.
Absolutely.
You know, when you have so much unforgiveness and things in your life.
That is so true. What are some of the ideas you can present to individuals if they have things to let go? How could they use, what type of techniques could they apply in order to let it go?
Yes, first of all, I would definitely say that you have to acknowledge that there's a problem. So you can't solve anything if you do not acknowledge it. And I know a lot of times, you know, even in marriages and relationships and things like that, we can get in denial. And we want to be in that comfort zone. We want things to work out our way so bad that it's very hard to acknowledge it. And so basically, with me, I see an amazing future, and I have a 6-year-old son. And I was like, how do I want to spend my... You can get money back, but you can never get time back. And I started thinking about my time and my age, and so many other women that I read their stories of how they were 60 and 70-something years old, and it took them that long to finally wake up and say, you know what, I need to forgive. I need to move on. I need to
Absolutely.
do this. Yeah. And so basically it was a thing of acknowledging and saying, you know what, this may be painful. This may hurt me, you know, in the process of trying to move on. But know that it has to be done, because you want to live in a space of freedom. You don't want to be bound to anything or to anyone. And you have to see yourself having a great future. You have to see it. You got to want it. And
Absolutely.
That's where it starts.
And you gave them some key points: spiritual recognition and acknowledgement, in order to understand what it is you need to let go. So, you know, and that's important. Now, if you had to advise someone on ways to let things go through creativity, I've noticed, you know, writing is a very good instrument. How are ways you could coax individuals to let go through writing?
First of all, the things that held inside of you can never be healed. And that was my thing always, was because in my home it was told what goes on in this house stays in this house, and I had that in my mind forever. And that was another thing. I was on the verge of committing suicide, because I was like, I have no one to talk to. I have all this inside of me, and you know, it to get out. And so when I found courage, and God gave me the grace to write these things out and to overcome these things. I have to write, you know, through my first marriage and even my second marriage. I write those things that I go through, and for some reason, I tell you, writing those things, oh my God, I feel such a release every time I'm able to sit down. I don't care if it's 2 paragraphs. I encourage my clients and my mentors, you know, the people who come to me for mentoring, to write those things down. It makes a difference in your life. You have to get out. You have to get it out. You have to get it out. Just like if your stomach is hurting and everything, you know, you're not going to just keep all that bought. You have to get these things out. You have to get it out. So that was another thing that helps me a lot, is getting my thoughts out. When I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and I get it out. Through my first marriage, when we was having so many problems, I wrote about it.
Absolutely. Is there a book that you think the most expressed yourself, aside from your autobiography, in regards to, and not expressing yourself as far as emotions, but it helped you get the most clarity of your writing?
Yeah.
What was that?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Because you wrote so many books. Was there any specific book that Lily, you found the biggest transition in your life during the phase of writing the book?
It was my autobiography, and it was the novel. Because I wrote so many inspirational stories, and I wrote, I'm more of a motivational writer, inspirational writer, a storyteller. So writing the novel, The Day I Said Hello, I Should Have Said Goodbye, that was different for me, because it was a different writing. So I was able to do something different than just the motivational and the storytelling, even though it was still storytelling. But I would definitely say my novel, it was definitely different for me. So I would definitely say that one.
Okay. If someone was interested in writing a book, how would they contact you?
Again, I have two websites. My publishing website is www.DBPublications.com. You can go to that website. You can check out some things that I do. I also have a business page on Facebook. That's DB Publications on Facebook. My other website, www.DemetreiaBuie.com. I have some things on there too. And again, Facebook, Demetreia Dorsey.
Okay. You've heard that. If you're looking to check out her books or even check out more information, you can check out the websites. What I'd like to find out is, tell us about some of your clients, the books written, genres. Let's find out more.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I've helped 42 women write and publish their life story. It has been amazing, of the women who say, oh, I can't tell this, I can't tell that, but I'm sitting there mentoring them, and, a couple of weeks later, they're like, you know what, I have to tell this part of my life, because I'm like, you got to write your story. Listen, you got to write your story. you got to write, you got to go ahead and release that out. And I help women in three ways: of journaling, writing, or publishing. And with the journaling part is women who say, you know what, I just want to write. I just want to get it out on paper. I don't want to give it to the world yet. So basically, I help them journal. Then you have the ones that say, you know what, hey, I'm ready to tell my story. I'm ready to get it out there. I'm not in fear anymore. And so that's the writing and publishing part. But the clients have been amazing. I do workbooks for them. They say, hey, I want to write my autobiography. And then I want to do a workbook and a course with it. I help them with that also. So it has just been an amazing journey since 2017. So.
Beautiful. I actually got the chance to check out your workbooks and some of your products. One of your workbooks I really do enjoy. I think it's your financial planning workbook or your budgeting workbook. I don't want to misrepresent it, but it lets you just kind of break things down, aside from the fact that it's absolutely adorable. You get to put so much information in. Could you tell us more about your workbooks?
My workbooks, I have five different workbooks. With one of them, with the empowering affirmations, I have one called Letting It All Go, Empowering Affirmations, the Business and Marketing, 5 Ways to Start Making Love to Your Husband Again. And I have a couple of more, but my favorite is the Empowering Affirmations because that workbook basically helps you with your whole life.
Beautiful. How?
Every single morning, you have to wake up and you have to speak. When I look at God and I see everything that He did and everything that He created, He spoke. And everything that you want out of life, everything that you want to change, you have to speak it. I don't care what your circumstances look like. You have to. I have stickies on my wall. I write it. Whatever I have to do, I wake up and say, I can. I will. Just those things. Just those empowering yourself. When negativity comes at you, you turn that negativity around and you put it with empowering. Somebody say, oh, you ain't going to never make it. You turn around, you write down and say, I am going to make it. And,
Absolutely.
Even if you have to put those things on your wall, say, you know what, I am great. I am somebody. My past has no hold of me. My past has nothing to do with my future.
Affirmation and
I'm a new person.
confirmation.
I can lose weight. Yeah. So that was one of my favorites. My favorite workbook is the Empowerment Affirmations because you have to speak life over yourself. You have to speak those things that do not exist as though they were. You have to speak that. You have to speak greatness into your life. It matters. It's power in the tongue and the things that you speak. So you have to be careful what you say. When you keep saying, I'm not going to have, I'm tired of having, I'm not going to start, that's what you're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
So the Empowering Affirmation workbook was absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I enjoyed your books. One of the things I noticed is you try to provide.
Okay.
Say
that again. I'm sorry.
I noticed you try to provide books that direct people to literally present the platform as they're thinking. So it's like you're asking them, just complete this question, and they're literally realizing they're creating their plan in action at the same time as they're reading and writing. They're able to develop, and I think it's important. Is that something that's helped a lot of your writers as far as create their plan of action?
Oh yeah, I'm all about leading people to their destiny. I'm all about. I think that's what I stand for. Is helping people to see who they are and what they are capable of doing and who they are meant to be. And
yes,
my motto is, do you know why you have been put on this earth? And some people feel like they have been put on this earth to chase their husband, to do this, to just chase a man, or to care about other people's problems all day, every day, or to be miserable, to be no, you wasn't placed on this earth to do that. And basically, I help other women because God helped me overcome those things. So I said, there's no way I would go through this life and not help someone else overcome theirs and find their purpose and go to their destiny too. So I definitely stand for that.
I'm glad for that because I know, like I said, when I went through the site and I was going through the information, I noticed there were so many women. You literally couldn't fit them all. I couldn't even fit them onto my page, on the landing page. So I said, it's interesting because you can tell you're focused on empowering women. And a lot of times we fail not to empower the women around us, and instead we seem to be more in a competitive mode rather than a sister comrade mode, and we need to be. And I think it was very important to focus on businesses that strengthen the empowering of other women. Now, if there was, what are some of the things you have coming? What do we have to look forward to with DB Publications?
Yes, actually, I have 6 conferences and 1 retreat coming up this year. So I'm definitely super excited about April. April the 13th is the Letting It All Go Empowerment Luncheon in Richmond, Virginia. And I knew that in order for me to move forward in my life, in order for God to give some things to me, I had to let some things go. So I was definitely inspired to have the Letting It All Go to help other women who was going through a divorce, who was going through bad relationships, women who say, you know what, I want to start this business, but I'm insecure. And I'm all about acknowledge your truth.
So if any ladies are interested in joining the retreat.
And I'm scared, I'm going through this, you acknowledge that. Tell the truth, you know? And
yes.
That's the next step to letting it go, when you acknowledge that you have a problem, you know? And I was like, I got to have this conference, you know? And we sold out the VIP. We have 50 women that's registered. And I'm super, super excited about that. My first conference, I only had 4 people that registered. And that was last year. So this year, 50 people have registered. And I'm just super, super excited about what's going to take place April the 13th. So.
Oh, I'm excited about that. So will there be more retreats coming after, so they'll be able to join, since this one is full?
Yes, I have a 2-day conference in Atlanta, May the 31st and June the 1st. That's a 2-day conference. And that's the second annual Empowerment Lunch and Learn. It's my second annual. Basically, we're going to talk about it all. I'm helping people with their personal development in their life, toxic relationships, marketing, how to do MailChimp, just a lot, you know, of just helping them generate revenue in their business, you know, because we see a lot of millionaires, and you can be a millionaire.
Absolutely.
You know? So basically, we want to teach these ladies, and we definitely want to just, teach them what we know, you know. So we have awesome speakers coming in. We got gospel singer coming in. We got a private chef.
Oh, what kind of speakers? Could you tell us what speakers you have coming in, and what type of performers? The names?
Yes, I have one of my speakers coming in for every single one of my events this year. Her name is Elise Dobbs. She has been super, super supportive since day one, when I only had 3 or 4 people that registered for my first event.
Yes, love supportive support.
Yes, and she will be teaching on teaching women how to budget their money. She's really, really good at that. She has definitely taught me how to budget my money, and she inspired me to save and not just spend, your business when you do start making that type of money. So she does taxes. She's very, very good with helping women see their value in their money. So she will definitely be teaching women how to value their money and how to spend their money wisely. So
I'm glad to hear that. Avoiding the impulse buy. You hear that? Always good to have someone there to remind you. Now, what I would like to know is, what inspired you the most to do the retreats and even do anything you do? What is the inspiration?
What really inspired me to do these conferences is me getting out of a toxic relationship. I was in a toxic marriage that I didn't know if I would get out of it or not. I lost myself. I lost who I was. I put up with some things that I shouldn't have put up with, and so many times us as women, we think it's the will of God to endure so much, because we're going like, okay, we got married and that's the husband. And I was willing to admit that I made a mistake when I married the person. And, I wanted grace and mercy for the mistake that I had made. And coming out of that, and I was like, when I leave, I have to let go. I have to forgive. I couldn't leave bitter, no matter what he had did to me.
You're so
could
correct.
not walk away from that marriage upset, mad, bitter, and wanting revenge. I couldn't do that because I wouldn't be free. I wouldn't be able to minister to other women the way that I minister to them. I wouldn't be able to do it freely, and I wouldn't be able to do it, freely in God's eyes. And I was like, I didn't want nothing to be a lie. I hate pretending. I love being myself. I'm goofy, silly, serious, all at the same time.
Oh, I
wanted to be myself. Yeah, I wanted
you know
to be
yourself,
myself.
and it sounds like you accept
Hosting
yourself.
Hosting these conferences and retreats, I was like, that's it. I want to come in person. I want to come in contact with these women, and I just want to give back. I want to give back everything that God has gave to me. I want to give it back. If I can give back some of my strength and show you how I got it, I want to give that back. Some of my joy and show you how I got that back. I want to give it to the other women who don't have it. So that's what really encouraged me to say, you know what, I want to have these conferences and I want to have these retreats to help other women overcome their obstacles and release that pain from the past, because it can be done. So
that is absolutely amazing. And I want to, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it. Two,
thank you.
I apologize for any of the callers that were calling in and couldn't get through. I do want to say that because I missed about 2 or 3 calls that were ringing in. So I do apologize for those that were listening and trying to call in. I do apologize. By the time I tried to switch over, I didn't want to cut off what we were discussing. What I do have one other question. Give me a second. I'm reading it now. The individual the question asks, what type of genres do you accept? Does it have to be about pain or relationships?
Say that again. I'm sorry, you got cut off.
If they're interested in writing, basically it seems that they're interested in writing a book. What is your genres that your publication company accepts?
Oh, we accept it all except for pornography.
Understood. Understood.
Yes, we publish poems, we publish romance, we do children books. I've done 3 children books in the past. In 2017, we did 3 children books. Actually, I have a new client that's getting ready to sign on, and she has a love romance book, and so we would definitely be publishing that. We publish magazines. We basically do it all except for pornography, and I'm not really an urban publisher.
Okay.
Yeah, we really don't do urban, but I'm open. We are definitely open because we're looking to expand. So we're definitely open.
Okay.
To new stuff.
So you hear that out. If you're interested, you make sure you reach out to DBPublications. You understand? That's mydbpublications.com. And you can get more information about writing your book and letting it and releasing your pain through your writing if you feel the need to. I again want to thank you so much for coming into and speaking with us today. It's been an honor, and I want to thank you. Before we head out one last time, please let them know who you are. Okay, you're listening to Demetreia Buie of DB Publications, and it's been our honor. Please have a great day, everybody. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.